Your community, your elections. WBRC, you decide 2025.
And we are committed to giving you all the information you need ahead of Election Day. That's why we invited all 9 mayoral candidates in Birmingham to answer the questions most important to you. Joining us today is incumbent Mayor Randall Woodfin. Mr. Woodfin, thank you for joining us.
And thank you for allowing me to be with you as well as your viewers.
3 questions we have not provided in advance. We'll give you 3 minutes to answer each of those before we wrap up. The first one concerns the perception and the reality of public safety. It is something that has plagued Birmingham for a long time. How is your administration continue, perhaps in this case, to address the reality of public safety in Birmingham and the perception that follows that?
Well, look, I've been on this show long enough, or enough times, to share with you and your viewers the truth about where's crime in Birmingham. I'm happy to tell you in the shortest way, and then I'll explain it. Crime is down, police recruitment is up. Starting with crime, I think we've talked enough about gun violence in the city and the state and this country. But I am happy to tell you gun violence is significantly down. Homicides are down over 50% in our city as of to date. And that is important as it relates to saving lives, less mothers crying, less families having to bury their loved one. It's all about what we do to protect people and remove violence out of our community and streets. The number one way you do that is by having more officers on the street. I'm happy to tell you since January 1, we've hired over 100 officers. In addition to that, we've just graduated the largest class in 14 years, August 8th, of 48 officers. And I'm also happy to tell you that the next class that starts August 18th will have one of the largest classes the city of Birmingham has ever had in our city's history. What does that mean? Post-pandemic, people want to be police officers. Birmingham was no different than any other cities post the pandemic where there was an officer shortage nationwide. But I'm glad to see us be on the other side of that. With more officers on the street, there's more presence, more patrol, focused deterrence from the Crime Commission recommendations, new Police Chief Michael Pickett leading with this 8-point crime plan. All of these things, as well as our violence reduction initiatives with street teams, decreasing retaliation, all of these things, the Restore program, all of these things have led to a decrease in gun violence, have led to a decrease in homicides, and have led to the opportunity for people to not only feel more safe, but are safer.
You mentioned opportunity. The second question focuses on economic development, recruiting jobs, and also recruiting students who go to secondary education here and then decide to go somewhere else to fulfill that career. How would you continue to try and recruit jobs here and keep our graduates in the Magic City?
That is an amazing question, and one I'm excited to answer. One, I want you and your viewers to be excited about something that Birmingham has made national news for. Just recently, the Wall Street Journal named Birmingham, Alabama, the top 5 cities in our country, in America, where college graduates who finish come to. College graduates are moving to Birmingham to live, to work, to start a family, to have a life. That's a big deal. And only 4 other cities can claim to be in the top 5. And so we have to see and we have to acknowledge the wins. That is a huge win for our city. That is a huge win for our community. But it also sends a signal to what's going on positive in our economy. We have strengths in our economics here. One being the innovation, biotechnology, healthcare industry. UAB continues to not only be the #1 employer in the city, but the state. With our biotech designation, what we want to do is be in a position to hire at least create 10,000 more jobs in the next decade in biotechnology, healthcare, and innovation. You also have advanced manufacturing here that is doing very well, but you also have financial services that's driving a lot of the next generation college graduates to want to live here. But let's not forget we have the Birmingham Promise, which now to date, 5+ years, has sent 2,000 Birmingham high school graduates to college tuition free. What that program does, in addition to providing job opportunities in the form of internships, sends a signal to employers that they can hire our ready-made graduates, not just from high school, but from college, and bring them home. The combination of keeping our talent as well as attracting our talent bodes well for our economy. And so we are definitely trending in the right direction. But we got to add one more thing to that. Birmingham City Schools this year, for the first time in 30+ years, saw an increase in our school enrollment. That sends a signal that our school system is doing better, sends a signal that families want to live in our city, and it sends a signal that our city's population is growing.
Let's talk about that population. The third question centers on what is oft repeated, a divide between those 99 neighborhoods and the downtown business district, and the balance between. The perception or the criticism has been at times those neighborhoods are ignored at the benefit of the downtown. How would you promote growth in the neighborhoods, address blight, abandoned homes, potholes, things like that, while not also abandoning the success of downtown?
We have to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. I'm happy to tell you and your viewers that we created the Neighborhood Revitalization Fund. So to be clear, in the 7+ years I've been mayor, we have spent $114 million in street paving. That is more combined than my three predecessors altogether. My three predecessors, Mayor Bell, Mayor Langford, and Mayor Kincaid, that's a total of 15 years that they served. In our 7+, we've spent more than they have in that 15 on street paving. To be exact, we've spent that street paving in 93 of the 99 neighborhoods. We have 6 more to get to. So we spread the love throughout. Sidewalk repair, we spread it throughout. Blight removal, over 2,000 blighted structures removed throughout the city. Wherever they are, that is spread throughout the city. Supporting education and Birmingham Promise spread throughout the cities. What we want to do is continue to take care of the basic services and amenities in our cities. Supporting our libraries, supporting our parks, supporting our recreation centers. We do all of that. We've done it with ARPA dollars. We've done it with our general fund. We've done it with surplus dollars. And look at the other things we're doing, going after competitive federal grants to land more opportunities, such as the Neighborhood Choice Grant, which is a $50 million grant that allows us to put 900 new affordable units in the Smithfield community, which are the neighborhoods of Graymont, as well as Smithfield and College Hills. So yes, we've spent about $25 million in neighborhood revitalization to stabilize. That's blight removal and weed abatement. But we spent $16.6 million for new home construction, critical repair program for existing homeowners, and down payment assistance for new homeowners in these same neighborhoods, with new housing going up in North Pratt, in Bellevue Heights, in Smithfield, in Woodlawn, and other neighborhoods. And so our focus is simple, and we're committed to all 99 neighborhoods.
Mayor, thank you very much. A reminder to our viewers that Election Day comes up on the 26th. It begins at 7 a.m. Polls will close at 7 p.m. And after they do, you can follow those election results live on WBRC.com and our WBRC News app, where you can also live stream our coverage, which starts first at 9.